Some memories fade with time, but the ones we lock away don't disappear. They wait. And the night my grandfather opened a drawer he was warned never to touch. Our family learned why some secrets refuse to stay buried. Last locked drawer. My grandfather's name was Richard, but the world knew him as Grandpa Rich. A calm man, slow in movement, sharp in mind, and quiet in a way that made you listen even when he said nothing. He had lived in the same wooden house for over 60 years. A house full of drawers. Most people collect furniture. Grandpa collected memories. And there was one drawer in his study that no one, not my father, not my grandmother, not even I, was ever allowed to open. Not once. The drawer with no key. It sat inside his old oak desk. The bottom drawer. Always locked. Always clean. Always untouched. When I once asked him what was inside, he smiled softly and said, "Some things are locked not to hide the truth, but to protect the people who aren't ready for it." I didn't understand then. I would. On the night everything changed. The night Grandpa asked for me. It was raining hard that evening. Thunder rolled like a warning. I was visiting Grandpa because he hadn't been feeling well. He was sitting in his study, staring at the desk. "Come closer," he said. His voice was steady, but his hands were not. "I want you here tonight," he added quietly. "Just in case." "Just in case of what?" I asked. He looked at me with eyes full of memories. "Just in case the past decides to knock." The unexpected key. Around midnight, Grandpa stood up and slowly opened a small wooden box from his bookshelf. Inside was something I had never seen before. A tiny brass key. Old. Scratched. Heavy. My stomach tightened. "That key," he said, "has been waiting longer than you've been alive." He walked toward the desk. Toward the drawer. My heart began to pound. "Grandpa, are you sure?" I asked. He nodded. "I'm tired of carrying this alone." When the drawer opened, the key slid in smoothly. Click. The sound felt louder than thunder. Grandpa pulled the drawer open. Inside were old photographs, folded letters tied with string, a hospital bracelet, a baby shoe, and a cassette tape labeled, "For the one who listens." My chest felt tight. Grandpa sat down slowly, as if the weight of the drawer had settled on his shoulders. "You deserve to know who we really are," he said. "The letter that changed everything." He handed me the first letter. The handwriting was shaky. It began, "If you are reading this, then the lie has lasted long enough." I swallowed hard. The letter explained something no one in our family ever knew. Grandpa Rich was not my biological grandfather. He had adopted my father. I looked up in shock. "Why?" I whispered. He closed his eyes. "Because the man who truly was your grandfather made a choice that destroyed lives. The man we never spoke of." Grandpa continued. "There was another man before me. Strong. Respected. Loved by the town. But behind closed doors, he wasn't a good man." The letters told the story. That man, my real grandfather, was abusive. Violent. Dangerous. My grandmother had escaped him while pregnant. Grandpa Rich, who was only a friend at the time, helped her hide. He raised my father as his own. Loved him as his own. And buried the truth. The baby shoe. I picked up the tiny shoe. Inside was a name written faintly. Michael. "That was your father's birth name," Grandpa said. "I changed it so the past wouldn't find him." My eyes burned. All my life, I thought I knew my family. I didn't. The cassette tape. Then came the cassette. Grandpa hesitated. "This is the hardest part." He placed the tape into an old recorder. The machine clicked. Static. Then a voice. A woman's voice. My grandmother. Young. Terrified. "If anyone hears this, please protect my son. His real father must never find him. Promise me." Her voice cracked. The tape ended. Silence filled the room. Heavy. Sacred. The final confession. Grandpa Rich spoke again. "I promised her. I gave up my name, my pride, my truth. To give your father a life free from fear." Tears rolled down his face. I locked this drawer so the past couldn't hurt you. I held his hand. You didn't lie, I said softly. You protected. The storm outside. The thunder stopped. The rain slowed. The house felt lighter. As if the truth, finally spoken, had released something trapped inside the walls. Grandpa leaned back. I don't need to guard it anymore, he whispered. Now you know. The last thing he said. Before going to bed, Grandpa looked at me and said, blood makes relatives. But love makes family. That night he passed away peacefully in his sleep. No pain. No fear. Just rest. The drawer today. I keep the drawer unlocked now. Not to remember pain, but to remember sacrifice. Because the greatest stories aren't about where we come from. They're about who chose to stay. Some drawers are locked to hide shame. Others are locked to protect love. And knowing the difference changes everything.